All right, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about a project that's tackling one of the biggest, and I mean biggest, challenges in the whole AI revolution: trust. How do we actually know that the data feeding these powerful AIs is real and hasn't been messed with? Well, a project called DataHaven thinks it has the answer, and we're going to unpack it all.
You know, it all kind of starts with a game I'm sure you played as a kid, Broken Telephone, right? One person whispers a secret message, it goes down the line, and by the time it gets to the end, it's just complete gibberish. It's hilarious at a birthday party for sure.
But what happens when that's not a game? In the world of AI, that little party game becomes a massive, catastrophic risk. See, when one AI agent makes a decision and passes its results to another, any little error in that first piece of data can create what the team calls a butterfly effect of catastrophe. Seriously, if that source data is off by just a tiny bit, the final decisions could be wildly wrong. Think about what that means for things like self-driving cars, or financial models, or medical diagnoses. It's a huge problem.
And that, right there, is the exact problem DataHaven was built from the ground up to solve. Now, they're not trying to replace the cloud storage we all use. Think of it more like an essential add-on, a trust layer that sits on top of our most critical data.
So what is it really? Well, DataHaven is a decentralized storage platform. It's purpose-built for this new AI world, and it uses the power and security of Ethereum to deliver storage that's three really important things: verifiable, private, and permanent. What that means for you is that your data is basically tamper-proof, you can always check its integrity, and you, and only you, are in control.
And this is where it gets really cool. You look at traditional cloud storage, right? It's centralized. One company holds the keys. Your files can be changed, and you kind of have to just trust them. But DataHaven flips all of that on its head. It's decentralized. It uses these really clever tricks, like creating a unique digital fingerprint for your data and then splitting it into tiny pieces across a huge network. This means you don't have to trust anyone. You can verify. The data you get back is guaranteed to be the exact same data you put in. No question.
Okay, so building amazing technology is one thing, but you've got to have a community of people who actually use it and believe in it, and that's where things get really fun. The team has launched something called Camp Haven, and it's basically turning the whole process of joining the community into this super engaging gamified adventure.
And you can really feel the thinking behind it in this quote from DeNunzio, their SVP of Growth. He says, "It's not just a campaign. It's a way to immerse yourself in what they're building. The whole point is for you to learn, to participate, to actually become a real part of this ecosystem, not just to, click a few buttons and hope for the best."
So Camp Haven is set up with these different themed tents, and each one has its own set of activities. It's pretty brilliant, actually. If you just want to learn the basics, you can hang out in Vera's library. If you're more of a creative type, you can jump into the creative cabin. And hey, if you're a developer, Bruce's Builder Bunkhouse is where you can get your hands dirty and actually build stuff. The bottom line is, there's a path for everyone to contribute and earn experience points, or XP.
Right, so you're doing all this stuff, you're earning XP. What's it all for? Well, it's all leading up to the main event that a lot of people are excited about, the airdrop of their native token, which is called $Have. And the team is being super clear about this. It's going to be a true, genuine, fair launch. And they're not just saying that. They are putting their tokens where their mouth is. Just look at these numbers. A full 50%, that's half of the entire supply of tokens, is going directly to the community. That is a massive, massive investment in the actual people who are showing up and helping to build and test this network from day one.
And here's the kicker that makes it a fair launch: 0. That's the number of tokens that went to venture capitalists or any big outside investors before the launch. This is huge. It's designed specifically to prevent that classic scenario where early investors dump their cheap tokens on the community. Here, everyone gets to start from the same line. And they're even taking it a step further by giving you control over your own rewards. You actually get to choose your own vesting schedule. So, if you want your tokens faster, you can pick a shorter time frame, but you'll get a slightly smaller reward. Or if you're in it for the long run, you can commit to a longer period and unlock a much bigger reward. The power is in your hands. You decide what trade-off works best for you.
Okay, so by now you're probably thinking, this sounds pretty cool. How do I actually get started? Well, the good news is the path through Camp Haven is designed to be super clear and straightforward. It really boils down to this simple 4-step journey. You join the camp, you start doing quests in those different tents we just talked about, you earn XP for everything you contribute, and that XP is what determines your eligibility and your share of the airdrop. It's a direct connection.
The more value you bring to the ecosystem, the more you're rewarded for it. Simple as that.
And listen, you are definitely not going to be doing this alone. This community is already exploding. We're talking over 100,000 people already in the Discord, all working together, all helping to build this thing from the ground up. It's really turning into a movement.
Oh, and there's more. If you're big on social media, there's a totally separate way to compete and earn. It's called the XeeT Tournament, and it has its own dedicated reward pool of 10 million HAV tokens. This one is all about rewarding people who create high-quality content and drive real, meaningful conversations. It's all about signal, not noise.
So, it all brings us back to that first big question. As we move deeper and deeper into this AI-driven future, a future where data can be faked in an instant and deepfakes are getting scarily good, the question of what is real becomes everything. Projects like DataHaven are trying to build the foundational tools we're going to need to answer that question. They're building the infrastructure for truth. The only question left is, are we ready to use it?